In this video, we are going to talk about filter DAX function in Power BI. So let's get started. So what is a filter DAX function in Power BI? Filter function is used to reduce the number of rows in the table that we are working with, and it is also used to specify the data for calculation that we are working with. Okay, so basically filter function is also used to summarize the data with defined criteria, I would say. Because once you summarize the data with defined criteria, it returns the values or table containing the filtered rows. Okay, so this is what the filter function does in Power BI. Okay, filter DAX allows you to apply filters dynamically, and when you use a filter function, you can create tables, you can create measures using filter function in Power BI. Okay, so let us go to the Power BI desktop and see some business scenario to see how this filter function works. So I am into Power BI desktop, and now let us go and see some business scenario to use the filter function. So the very first business scenario is we will have to create a new table with the segment as government. And the second scenario is create total sales for country Germany. Okay, so these are the two scenarios that we are going to look in this particular video. If you see on the right hand side, I have two data that is uploaded. One is your sample data and the other one is your sales data. What we will do for this exercise is we will use the sample data. So if I go to the table view and show you the data, this is the sample data that we have in our Power BI desktop. Now, the very first scenario is we want to filter a data, or we want the data, or we want to take a filter which is having a segment as government. So you see we have total 700 rows. If I go and filter this, I get 300 rows filtered with the segment as government. Okay, this is what we will have to do. Now, in this exercise or in this scenario, it is just mentioned create a new table with the segment as government. Okay, so there are two ways to do it. Okay, we can create a new table which will have all the data set, but it will be filtered by the segment as government. And the second approach, what we can do to get this table is we can just get the segment as government, and that's it. Okay, so these are the two different ways, and we will see that two different ways in this video itself. Okay, so to create a new table, let's go to the modeling option and click on new table. Okay, let me rename this as new filter table. Okay, what we will do here is we will just use the function as filter. So there are two function, one is filter and the other one is filters. Now what is the difference between these two? We will see that in our next video. For now, we will use filter. Click on tab. Now it is asking you for a table. So we will take the sample data as a table. Okay, and then the filter expression. Now filter expression is what we want. We want the segment. So filter expression is your segment is equal to government. Okay, close the bracket, commit to the formula, and what will happen here is you will get a new table. Okay, you will get a new table, new filter table with the entire data which is there in your sample data. However, the table will be filtered by government as a segment. Okay, let me go to the table view and show you the data. You can see I have a new filter table. It is showing me the segment as government only. And you see here I have 300 rows. Okay, so this is how you can filter the data by just selecting your required criteria. Okay, this is the very first thing that we have done. Okay, the second approach, if I do not want the entire data set, I just need one column, a new table with only one column as segment. How I can do that? Clicking on new table, and instead of filter, what we will do is we will use a function which says summarize. Again, it creates a summary, the input table grouped by the specified column. Okay, now let us go and take sample data again. Okay, now group by column, the group by column is again my segment column, and just commit to the formula, click OK, and what will happen, a new table will be created as table, and you will find all the segments. Okay, all the segments, not only government, you will find all the segment in that table. So let me go to the table view and show that. And you can see this, we got all the segments which says government, mid market, and everything which is there in your sample data. But the question is, I just need the segment as government. So what should I do? So what we will have to do here is we will have to play a trick. Now let me go to this table. Okay, you can see we have this segment. Okay, what we will do here is let's go to this table and play a twist. Instead of summarize, let's add, after summarize, let's add filter. Again, use the same table which says sample data. Let's use the segment equals to government, close the bracket, and just group it by segment. Close the bracket, commit to the formula, and what will happen here is you will get the segment as government only instead of all the segment that you have in your data set. Okay, now let me go and show you the table view, and you see here you get the segment as government. Okay, now I don't want this segment to be government. Let's take some other segment. Let's take the segment as, let's filter this. Let's take the segment as mid market. So what we will do is just go click on this table, and instead of government, let's add this as mid market. Click OK, and you see the segment has changed. Okay, so these are the two types. These are the two ways you can just go and use the filter function. You can combine this filter function with other functions like summarize. You can combine this filter function by calculate function as well. Now, what is a calculate function? That we have seen in our previous video. I'll provide the link. You can go and watch that as well. Now, coming back to our second scenario, I want to create total sales for country as Germany. So again, there are two ways to do it. First, you can create a new table. Second, you can use a measure. So we have already seen how to create a table. Now let us go and see how we can create a measure using a filter function. Let's take the sample data, click on new measure. Let's name this as filter sales equals to, let's use a function which says calculate. Okay, now it is asking for the expression. We have an expression which is already created, that is your total sales. Okay, comma, it is asking for the filter. Now filter, what we want to filter? We want to filter total sales for country Germany. So let us take a column which says country. Okay, sample data country, that is equal to Germany. Close the bracket, commit to the formula, and you will get your required output. Okay, so your filter has been created. Let's bring that here and take a card visual. Okay, we have 23.51 million sales for country Germany in the entire data set. Okay, so let me go and just verify this. Let me bring the table visual here. Let me add country and let me add the total sales. Okay, let me increase the values. Okay, so you can see for Germany it is 23.51 million as the total sales. Okay, now instead of this Germany, what we will have to do is, if I want to go and change the country to, let's say, Canada, and just commit to the formula, the numbers on the filter will change. Okay, so you see we have 24.89 millions the sale for Canada. Okay, if I change the country here, you will get the numbers or the values for that particular country. Let's take this as France, commit to the formula, and you will still get 24.38 24.35 millions. Okay, so yes, this is how you can use a filter function in Power BI by applying your criterias. Okay, so that's all about in today's video. Hope you like this video. Please comment below and subscribe to our channel. Have a great day.